The following segment is sponsored by Food City.
Man, do we have a good one for you today on the Stateline Sports Reporters Podcast. I'm Cole Johnson, and this is a kid that we've been looking to catch up with for quite some time now, and it's perfect timing after pretty much a life-changing decision from Greenville superstar, standout, great kid Trey Thompson, as he will take his basketball talents to the next level. And it wasn't just a commitment. It was then on top of that, an extra piece of that left a lot of people shocked a little bit. Trey not only committed to Iowa, the Iowa Hawkeyes, Big Ten Division I basketball, but he also reclassified. Trey was originally a 2026 graduate. He has now become a 2025 graduate. He'll finish up school this summer and head to Iowa in just a couple of days to begin his next journey at the next level. Awesome stuff. Trey was the Mr. 3A basketball this past season, helping lead Greenville boys hoops back to the Glass House in the state tournament. He's been a big name in our area for a couple of years now, as he has just shined commitments left and right. But he's going to Iowa, and also it's starting sooner than anyone expected. So we're grateful to catch up with Trey and sit down with him and get his thoughts on this whole process and his whole time at Greenville. First of all, congratulations. Obviously, a big step, in your life and your journey. What has all this meant to you when you look back at it?
It's meant the world to me. I've played basketball since I was little, and in college was always a dream to play somewhere at least. And now it's finally happening a year sooner. It's kind of shocked the world a little bit, but I'm very fortunate and blessed to have this opportunity.
Yeah, you said kind of shocked the world a little bit. You kind of when you say that, and if people aren't sure of what we're talking about, the reclassification commitment to Iowa, she'll be heading there next season. When you say shock the world, were there a lot of people that reached out to you like, man, what just happened?
Oh yeah, there was a ton of people that are like reclassing up this year. Like, what's going on here? I didn't even know it was in the playing cards for me until like last week, and then I had to make the decision really fast, and it all happened like that, just like snap of the fingers, and then I was reclassing and I'm going to Iowa. So it was really fun. It was exciting, but a lot of people did not see it coming.
Right. So let's start. We'll go both ways. For obviously the decision for Iowa and then the reclassification. We'll start with that. You said it kind of just brought to you on the table last week. What was that process like? When did you find out who came to you saying this could be an option? And what was your reaction to it? And what was that like going through that thought process and making that decision?
So I took my visit to Iowa 2 weeks ago, and we kind of made a joke about Zay reclassing or graduating early to them. He was like, man, I wish Trey could come right now. And then Coach McCollum was like, actually, you can have this. We have one more scholarship left this year, and I'll give you the scholarship. And I've turned away the transfer portal, and I've turned away other 2025 kids. But if you wanted to come this year, the scholarship is yours. And at first I was like, Coach, I don't have all my credits in. Like, I can't do this. But then he called me back like 3 or 4 days later and was like, Trey, I need you this year. I'm not going to redshirt you. You're going to play a significant role for us this year. I was like, I can't pass that up. It's a Big Ten conference right there. New coach. They're starting something new at Iowa. I got to go. I got to do this. So that's when I told him yes.
Okay. That's pretty awesome though, probably to get a call like that where he's basically saying, like you said, Trey, we need you. How special is that? And like just to be known that you're wanted that badly, and they want you and your presence there on the floor.
It's very special, and I really enjoy it. It means the world to me that a head coach thinks that highly of me, and I'm really fortunate for that opportunity as well.
Right. And we've talked quite a bit over the last, couple of years, the last 2 seasons at least. And obviously you're getting commitments flooding in left and right over the last couple of years, right? This decision to go to Iowa, I know you said, can't pass down that opportunity just going there early, but just why Iowa to begin with? I mean, you picked them over some other pretty big time schools. Why the Hawkeyes?
Every Division I program at a high level has all the nice facilities. They have the nice campuses. They have the recovery places. The nutrition place is always nice, but the main separator for me was the coaches and the community. Like it really reminded me of Greenville. The coaches were cracking jokes at each other. The community is just so nice and friendly. They're all about Iowa athletics, mainly football and basketball, but they all came together and supported each other and just loved it. And no one was really like rude or anything like that. Everybody was happy, smiling, and it was just really a good and fun experience when I was there. So that's what really made me say yes.
Okay. Tell me about what that you said coaches were cracking jokes with each other, just felt like home. Tell me about maybe your first interaction with coach and the other assistant coaches and what really drew you to them.
So as soon as I landed in Iowa City, I was walking to the airport, and they were first waiting on me in the airport, Coach McCollum, and then the main assistant coach that recruited me. And the finals, Game 7 was going on, and I had I think it was the Pacers winning it. I wanted the Thunder winning it, but the Pacers were like I wanted the Pacers to win, but the Thunder were gonna win probably. But they were making fun of me. They're like, "Yeah, what happened, man? What happened?" But I was like, "That's unfortunate. Like I can't help that. Tyrese tears his Achilles. I can't help that." But he's like, "Yeah, man, but you suck," and it's just stuff like that. It's just like it reminded me of Coach Hale at Greenville High School. So it was really funny.
Okay, that's awesome. When you form those relationships like that, obviously, like you said, it makes you feel more comfortable, right? It makes you feel at home. When it comes to the basketball part of it, what's so special about that coaching staff and just the place and its history in basketball there? What do you think the basketball piece of it is so special to you?
Well, if you watch Coach McCollum when he was at Northwest Missouri State or Drake, he always likes to have two guards and then three hybrids. So if you look at the roster at Iowa, you will see 6'6" to 6'9" guys that can shoot the ball, pass, and play fundamentally. And that fits me to a T. They play kind of slow, but sometimes it's better to slow down the game, the pace of the game, but also they like to play fast in transition. And they're a very hard team to scout because they only have like maybe two or three, maybe four plays, but the rest of it is just reads and playing basketball. And if you have five guys that can play basketball and know what to do fundamentally, it makes basketball a whole lot, more fun. So
Right, right. That's awesome. But when you get that, like you said, like just a few plays, just play basketball, just read what you're doing. Does that make you feel kind of like you're back at playing high school ball in Greenville or AAU again? Is that kind of like a big part of it?
it is. It's just super hard to scout against in college. Like you have guys that watch so much film on, Houston, Tennessee, Purdue, and all those, but you can't watch film against us because there's so many different variations that we can do, and it's just random. And it makes the game more exciting, and you never know what's going to happen. Even your own teammates don't even know what's going to happen. But when you can play off of each other and make the right pass every single time, it's beautiful basketball, and I really enjoy that part of it.
Okay, gotcha. So when it comes to kind of circling back to this decision to, reclassify, I, I know you said it was kind of happened quick, right?
Yes,
What
sir. Like 2 weeks.
Right. So it was like probably a whirlwind in your head for a little bit there. Like you like this is a big decision, right? When it comes to, having to make that decision and, tell people what you do, like the conversation with maybe Coach Woolsey or some of your teammates, what was that like? Was that tough? Just being like, yeah, I'm not going to be here this coming year. Was that tough, or is everyone like super supportive of that?
Everybody was super supportive. Obviously, the guys wanted me to stay this one more year, but I told Coach Woolsey first, and he was on vacation at the beach actually.
Uh,
But he said, "You know what? We hate that for you, or we hate that we won't have you next year. But I think this is the best thing for you. It's a great opportunity. I'm really proud of you, and we're going to support you." And then I didn't tell anybody like friends or teammates until it was like a done deal. I was making sure I was going because I didn't want to lie to him or anything like that. Then I went to my teammates' houses and told them, and they said, "Congrats, we're gonna miss you, man, but we're gonna support you and go Hawkeyes." Unless they play Tennessee sometimes, then they're gonna support Tennessee, obviously. But
right, right. Um, Yeah, do you think, oh man, there's some people that are probably a little disappointed you didn't choose the Vols.
there's a few, yeah.
Okay.
That orange looks so good in you, man. But they just, no hate to UT. I loved UT. Coach Barnes and Coach Lance are great people, and Coach Campbell, they're great people. So
Right. Right. But I mean, every uniform or jersey you threw on probably felt pretty good or looked good, right?
absolutely.
But you got the Hawkeye, so that's awesome for you, man. Just like circling back, just this whole process. I mean, it's been a couple years now. I think for you, when do you feel like you started getting noticed the most? Like, was there a turning point for you during your journey in high school at Greenville where you were like, man, this is picking up. I can definitely see myself playing Division I basketball in a couple of years. When do you feel like that kind of the turning point was for you?
So freshman year, I got offered by Coach Oliver at ETSU, and it was like one of my first days of practice, maybe 3 or 4 days in, and he gave me that offer, and it meant the world to me at the time because that was my first Division I offer and stuff. And I said, well, if I'm a freshman now and I keep my head down and keep working, then I think there's a possibility that I can get more. And sophomore to junior year is probably when I made the biggest jump. So from eighth grade to freshman year, I had to make a big jump from playing middle school basketball to varsity basketball. Freshman year, I was fine. I was kind of like trying to survive. I was pedaling a little bit. I was trying to keep up with them. But sophomore and junior year is really when I took a big step, and I really felt confident in almost everything I did. Finishing near the rim, shooting, taking a guy off the dribble and stuff like that. And I did it a lot in AAU, and AAU is when I really got noticed by the other guys. But then also they had to come back and watch my Greenville High School film, and that sophomore and junior year is really what helped me out and what helped me stand out as well to the college coaches. I think they look at my stats more than anything for Greenville High School, and they saw where I shot like 47% from three sophomore year and 45% this year. And that really spoke out to college coaches, especially being my size. So I think between sophomore and junior year was probably the best thing for me.
Okay. Um, do you think another big thing of it too is that just the way that you've helped be a part of the lead catalyst and help lead Green, like just the success of the team over the last couple of years? Do you think that helped as well too? I mean, if you're on a really bad team and you're the only player, do you think that would have changed at all?
I'm not really sure, but it definitely helps winning. When you're winning and you're on bigger stages and bigger courts where there's more media and more attention, it definitely helps. And don't let anybody tell you it doesn't. It does. So that's for sure.
You're right. So back to when you said you kind of like you were all right as a freshman, and you kind of fell into place, right, with your size and everything. When was it? I mean, I've only known you for a couple of years. When did you shoot up? I mean, what are you 6'8"? When did you start to? When was it? Middle school that you kind of shot up?
So I know in eighth grade I was like 6'4",
Okay.
and then when I walked in as a freshman, I was probably 6'5" ish. But freshman going into sophomore year, that's when I kind of grew into my body a little bit. And then I came into practice one day and I was taller than Coach Woolsey and Coach Bennett, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
get ready, Coach."
You're like, here we go.
Yes, sir.
Was that when? So when was the first time? Do you remember the first time you could throw it down when you dunked it?
Oh yeah, I dunked in seventh grade. That was
Seven.
my first dunk. It was a little one handed dunk, and then eighth grade I could do a little bit more. I could dunk one handed. I could cock it by my head and dunk it two handed. So that's when I really started getting a lot better at dunking. And then freshman year I could do a lot of tricks, like a
Okay.
windmill, and I could touch the glass and then dunk it. And then sophomore year it just kept getting better and better. I could go behind or I could go between the legs my sophomore year. And then junior year, I've kind of slowed down a little bit, honestly. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. You're like, I ran out of all the moves to
Yeah,
get.
like people can go underneath both legs, but I'm not good enough for that. I can't do it.
Okay. Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
I hope.
Well, that's awesome. Just so throughout this whole thing, I mean, and going all the way back to the first time you picked up a basketball, just walk me through. Do you remember that? Like, when was it? When was it that you kind of fell in love with this game, and that's gonna keep you going for a while? I mean, as you make your way into the next level.
I remember I played biddy ball at the YMCA. I don't remember who my coach was or anything like that, but then I remember playing for Coach Judge Bailey, He was my first coach, I believe, and then I played for another team at the rec center as well, and that was a whole lot of fun. But I played for Coach Bailey and his basketball team, and I really enjoyed it there. I played with his son, and I played with Briley Tolick, that's now coming to Greenville as well. So that was a whole lot of fun there. And then I kind of transitioned to baseball for like probably 7 years, but I still played basketball every now and then. I played with the Greenville Heat with Coach Quinlan and all that. And then I decided to play with a guy named Roger Brooks, which is the Greenville Green Devils. And I played with all my friends like Zayden Anderson, Maddox Bishop that plays baseball at Greenville. I played for them for about 2 or 3 years, and I had like the best time ever. I really enjoyed basketball, and at the time, I was still playing travel baseball. But then one day I came off the mound and I said, "Mom, I'm not going to do this very much. I'm not going to do it much longer." And she's like, "What do you mean?" Because they've invested so much money into this and all that. I'm like, I just don't love it. And then I fully swung into basketball going into middle or not middle school, but yeah, I guess middle school. I only played baseball and school baseball in middle school. I didn't play travel. But middle school is when I played AAU basketball and then a school basketball. And then eighth grade, I quit baseball in general. Well, after the season, I didn't play anymore. And that's when I really just fully swung into basketball. That's when I started like working out with some trainers and different stuff, different AAU programs, trying to find the right fit for me. And then we just went from there. And then I never looked back.
Wow. All right. So he could have been a baseball guy, huh? And then you
Oh, yeah.
shifted paths. That's awesome. What was it about you know, before you walked off that mound and told your mom you weren't doing it again? What was your favorite part about baseball up until you kind of shift the love to hoops?
I still think the most beautiful thing in sports, there's two things: hitting a golf ball full power, perfect contact, or hitting a baseball perfect contact. You swing as hard as you can, you barely feel it hit the bat. I think that was probably the most fun part, was just hitting. But I enjoyed pitching. I loved pitching, trying to strike people out, and the thinking that comes with it. When somebody is on your fastball, what are you going to do to make them, change up their timing? You're going to throw a breaking ball, change up inside, you're going to throw a sweeper away. It's just the thinking part about the game is something I really enjoyed. Over the years, though, like I can still play baseball now, but I just can't watch it. It gets so slow for me. But I love the memories I made as well. Carson Quillen, he's going to Vanderbilt now. Just the memories there is something I'll never forget, and I really enjoyed that part as well.
Right. That was exactly what I was just gonna go into. It's just, I mean, there was a span of just a few, like it was like a week where just everything was flooded with news from Greenville, high school athletes. Obviously, your decision, Zayden with Tennessee football, Carson with Vanderbilt uh, baseball. Man, what is it in Greenville that, what's in the waters over there, man? I mean, you guys have a lot of great kids and athletes that are just constantly, coming out of there. And this class, I mean, your group specifically has been phenomenal. What is it? What is it about Greenville?
Man, I don't know. It's just the hard work and talent and the amount of energy and effort we put into what we love is different here. And we want to be the best at what we do. And I think the coaching staff and the people around us really make that come out of us. They make us work at it. They make us put in the effort. And I think it's really paying off. It has been paying off because I make a joke to our grade. I like 2025 class is officially better than the 2026 class just because it's just funny. But people I grew up with and seeing them achieve their dreams is something special, and I'm really thankful to have that and witness it. Kyla Job going to Lipscomb, Carson going to Vanderbilt, and then Zay going to UT. There's people I grew up with. Well, maybe not so much Kyla, but I've gotten really close with her brother Ryan over the past 2 years. So
Right.
it's really cool to see.
Yeah, that was the other one I was going to mention, Kyla too. Obviously she's was with the Lady Vols and then decommitted, goes to Lipscomb. But I mean, that's just that group right there. That's pretty awesome. And it's just cool to see, at least from our perspective too, just seeing a lot of and all coming from, the same place. So if you could I won't keep you too much longer. Just on that topic of Greenville, I mean, you guys have had some great success this past year, getting back to the Glass House. You were Mr. 3A basketball. Just describe what it's been like putting that jersey on and playing for this program the last several years?
I mean, it's
What you're
awesome.
what you're gonna remember the most? What you'll leave behind?
Well, I'm gonna start with the jersey part. It means something to put on a jersey for Greenville because Coach Woolsey in practice, they're not easy, And then the summer conditioning when you're running, and then it's hard to breathe sometimes. You're dripping in sweat. These guys are over here, you know, it's tough. And once you put on that jersey and you play in front of Greenville, it means something. And it's just a big community and everyone's behind you, but you also have your teammates right behind you and right with you going through the same thing. And it really is a special thing in Greenville. And the things that I probably won't forget is the most memorable thing. It was this past season when we beat Tennessee High at their own place. That place was that was an awesome game. And then also when we played Carter at home as well, that was spectacular. The whole community came up. I'm pretty sure like it sold out the whole arena. Like it was crazy. And there were times where I couldn't even hear my own teammate calling a play, and I was 2 feet from him. I couldn't hear anything. Coach Woolsey was yelling, but it was really cool to go back to the glass house. Well, that was my first time, but going back, we got 3 or 4 years ago, so that was really cool. So I think that's the most memorable time. And my buddy Isaac McGill, as soon as we won the game, like I told him, like we need to go back. I want to go back. That's my goal. And as soon as we won the game, I threw the ball up in the air. We celebrated. We found each other and we hugged each other. Like that's just the brotherhood of Greenville right there, and it's perfect. It's a beautiful thing over here.
Yeah, it looks pretty special from the outside perspective. What is it that that in 10, we'll say 10 years from now, when you're looking back at it, that you'll kind of hold with you, like dear, like close to your heart about Greenville and the community and just growing up there?
Well, I'm gonna hold close to my heart my family first. My family always came to my games. I mean, I'm talking great aunts, great uncles, cousins, second cousins, people that are probably not even from my dad's side of the family's not from here. They even came to my games and supported me. I'll remember that the most. My grandmother, she doesn't get around too well, was at every home game. My mom and dad, they had to sit separately because they got so mad, but they were both there. Everybody supported me, and it was and my even my brother, sophomore year was at every game. He didn't miss a game, and just that support, let alone, I won't forget there. And then, like I said earlier, just the friendships. These guys I played basketball with for many years, and I've had so many great memories with them. But the countless memories off the court is what I'll remember probably the most. Being best friends with Ryan Jobe, Isaac McGill, and even Ajante Dabbs and Jaquan Price. Let's say Nick Thomas the year before them or after them, JD Woolsey. That was some great times right there. And those are the friendships I'll never forget.
All right. Awesome. Love it. The whole crew, the whole family come supporting. That's awesome. So we'll end it with this, man. Before I let you go, just if you were to describe it in just a couple words, if I just say, the word basketball, what comes to your head first? What comes right away? Just
And I have
basketball.
one word for you. It's sacrifice. I sacrificed my body, especially going through the pain and the bruises, the beatings of playing basketball. My feet are all jacked up. It's difficult sometimes, and it hurts to walk sometimes the next morning, and my back may hurt the next day. But that's one part of the sacrifice for me. The other part of sacrifice is I've given up some of my time to be a kid to be successful at basketball. These other kids, I'm not saying they're not doing anything bad or wrong, but they want to go hang out with their friends and go to these parties together and go have fun with mini putt putt and all that stuff. And I've missed out on a lot. I was more, driven to the gym. I wanted to go to the gym and get better because I had a dream and a vision and a passion for basketball. And I think I sacrificed, some of my childhood to be successful at basketball. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to look back, and I really enjoy my life, and I really do appreciate what God has given me to play the basketball to my ability, and I'm going to stay true to that.
The following segment is sponsored by Food City.